Hello friends, how are you? My name is Corbin Reed and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to be showing you a DIY breakfast Nook makeover. This is actually in the loft of my townhouse, so it's like the fourth floor where we watch TV and everything, and I've actually since transformed it quite significantly. You can see behind me there's like a ton of wainscoting on the wall, which you will not see in this video. However, you will see it in the second iteration of this makeover for this room. It's pretty fabulous, but this is also super fabulous, and I didn't want to just skip over it because I actually think the way that I put this together with a pendant light that I got off of Amazon, that's a plug-in pendant light, and this lighting hack that's a Bluetooth connecting feature that allows you to have a light switch on the wall and basically forego hard wiring, and also just some simple furnishings from Target and World Market. These are all things that are still available to buy, and you can really create this environment in this nook anywhere in your home, so I wanted to share it with you. It's a quick watch with high impact. I hope you enjoy, so stay tuned. Let's get into it. So this is what the Nook looked like initially. I had these two vintage chairs that I got in Hudson, New York. They're African hand-carved chairs, which are in my garage at the moment. They just didn't match the whole room. I think they were too heavy for the space, so I started by clearing them out, and this is what was left, was these two jewel frames and these iron sconces from World Market, and this mirror that I found at Home Goods. It's a gilded mirror. So yeah, this was my base. Okie dokie, so I am going to be showing you guys how I turn this nook here into a little eating area, breakfast nook for our TV area. Many of you have probably seen the footage I've taken of this space. This is where we watch TV, and a lot of times we're just looking for somewhere to eat and watch TV, and I wanted to create a cozy space. To me, cozy means good lighting. I did not want to get crazy. We have overhead lighting here, and I have some sconces that I've created out of rechargeable light bulbs, which I will show you at the end of this with the reveal, but I wanted to create a similar situation here. So I didn't want to pay for hard wiring or do hard wiring, so what I did was order this switch that I found on Amazon. And essentially what you can do is, I'm going to use the plug down here to plug in. It's a real hanging sort of like, you kind of see them in like British cafes, but I'll insert a picture of it here. Also found it on Amazon for under $40. It's a hammered gold, which is gonna match the brass sconces I have here and also play off of this mirror, which I got from Home Goods, and also just like the style of these simple iron wall sconces that I got from World Market. But yeah, this will allow me to control it with an actual switch that I can install on the wall, or I could just keep in my hands. But I think what I'm gonna do is install it on the wall here for convenience, so that when you're sitting down to eat food, or if we just want a little bit more mood lighting up here, aside from the sconces, we can turn it on and turn it off, and it's not even hardwired. I think it's brilliant. It's actually a plug-in, but it'll just make it easier to have another wall switch. So that's what I'm doing now, and I'm gonna start with the lighting. So in terms of the look of the sconce, this is the, well, it's not a sconce, it's a pendant. This is the pendant. So I want it to hang sort of lower, not too low, but maybe about here, so that it is in the mirror a bit. I don't want it to be too high either, because I want it to feel cozy, but I also don't want us to bump our heads on it. So I think about here is gonna be good. And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna hang off of here, and there are hooks that I will literally just screw into the ceiling with some drywall anchoring screws, and that'll honestly be it, you guys. I'll plug a light bulb in and program it. So it's a super easy, cozy situation, and then I'll show you how I like style and furnish the space. I started by just moving the table back into place so that I could adjust and sort of hover the pendant light fixture above the table to know exactly what kind of mood it would be creating lighting wise at what height, depending on how cozy you want it to feel. You don't want it to hang too low, but you don't want it to hang too high, so it's smart to plug it in advance, and just so you can feel how the light sort of undulates, I guess I would say, as you higher it and lower it. And just like depending on what kind of seating you have here, you just want to make sure your head's not like bumping into it and that you can see clear past it and all that good stuff before you hang it. Once I figured that out, I just used some blue tape to mark where the rope was going to go. It comes with these two sort of like ceiling hooks, and then I turned it on just to sort of confirm that that was the length I wanted to go for. And I also marked the rope so that I knew where I was going to put the rope once the hook was in the ceiling. It's just like an open cup hook that sort of screws into the wall, which I'll give you a better look at later. Figured that out. I just went in with my drill and drilled the pilot hole into the ceiling, so it was easier to screw the hook in there, and I wasn't like pressing super hard into the drywall. And I'm just screwing through the blue tape and through the marker dot that I made in the ceiling. Also, sorry, I don't know why my camera was going in and out of focus, but I wanted you to be able to see this. I don't want to skip over it. I want you to be able to get the close up. Once the hooks were all in, it was super easy. I just threaded the rope through the hooks and just found those spots where I had marked to where I had tested earlier to make sure that it was at the right height. And then it comes with this sort of like black hardware piece that makes it stay in place so it doesn't slide up and down. And then I unplugged the pendant from the wall and attached it to this Bluetooth plug-in feature. I forget what the brand is called, but this is what is going to allow me to pair it to the light switch that goes on the wall and control it from the wall via Bluetooth signal. Next up, adding the wall plate next to the light switch just so it feels cohesive and just sort of intuitive. All I had to do was mark where it comes with screws, and I didn't love the hardware it came with. So if you can't find a stud, you might have to use different hardware like drywall anchors. But yeah, I just marked the holes on the wall, drilled pilot holes, drilled the screws in, and then the switch just pops right on the wall. And then you just have to hold a button on the side and it blinks and you pair them together. And there you have it, guys. It works perfectly. So now it's time to style this little thing up. So I had these LED battery powered lights, which I really like. They're actually wax and they flicker. And then this is a love seat that I got from Target, you guys. This was from the Studio McGee collection in the olive color. I believe it is sold out, or at least it was last time I checked, but they have it in a brown color. It's the love seat, I believe the Vernon love seat, but I will of course have it linked down below. But it's so cozy. It's like a velvet-like fabric and it just feels super luxe. It looks super luxe. And yeah, I just think it changed the whole space, that sort of tactile feeling of the juxtaposition between the marble and the olive velvet and the brass. It just all really works really beautifully together and works with the color palette in my house. So if you want to take this one step further, I did put a Philips light bulb in there that has three different light settings. So when you turn it on, it's bright. When you turn it off and turn it on again, it's medium. When you turn it off and turn it on again, it's super dim. So that's one way to get that dimming effect without a dimmer switch. And then at first I thought I wanted to use this clay pot with the cosmos, but it was too big and too bright. So I came back in with this really beautiful terracotta pot that I actually thrifted from a thrift store in my area. And then I added in fresh florals. It's baby's breath, and I think those are daisies. I do like to use fresh florals where I can. I just think it really livens up the space in a whole new way. And then this is just a Target candle from the Hearth and Hand collection. And I love the amber glass. And there you have it, guys. I have this beautiful sort of cafe feeling cozy breakfast nook. Super simple to create anywhere in your home that you might think it would be useful, and I just did it with some lighting and some furnishing and some styling. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you are not already subscribed, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on any notifications of new uploads. I do one every week. This one is coming to you a couple days late, but I still got you one. And lots of DIYs, room makeovers, interviews, design talks, shop with me's, all of that coming your way, so stay tuned. Also, please be sure to follow me over on Instagram. On Instagram at storydesign_ with Corbin Reed. I share more like minute to minute updates on DIY projects I'm doing or room makeovers I'm doing in my home, and also just like inspiration that I see on the interwebs on Instagram that I like to share with you guys on a daily basis. So thank you all so much for tuning in today. Also, if you're not used to checking the description box down below, please be sure to check the description box. I get messages and comments from you guys, which I love hearing from you guys. So please be sure to comment on this video. Let me know what your favorite part was. If there's anything in this video that you are going to try in your own home. I love hearing if anything I've shown you has been an inspiration or given you any ideas on how to make your space more of a space that you love and a home for you and your families. But I also want you to be sure to check the description box down below. I always link anything that I can that you see in this video that you might like. So that's a good resource. I also have an Amazon storefront, which I will link down below, and an LTK where I alternatively link things that are a little bit easier to find. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.